Hello and welcome to Geordie Leather. In part 4 today we're going to cover the basic tools you need to get started in leatherwork. Let me start off by saying, like a lot of hobbies, you can spend as much as you want to on leathercraft. There are so many tools out there, so many gadgets and machines which you don't really need as a beginner. So we'll focus just on the things you need to get started today. We won't cover any of the common leather working machinery or other expensive equipment. We'll stick with basic hand tools, all you need as a basic leather crafter to get going. So let's head across to the workbench and we'll go through the tools you need. Okay, here we are at the workbench. So the first thing you can see in front of you is this thing here. This is probably one of the basic things that every leather crafter really needs. You can buy small cutting boards like this. This is called a self-healing mat. When you cut into it with a knife, it basically heals itself. So my advice is buy the biggest one you can afford. This is an A1 cutting mat, which is approximately 900 millimeters by 60 millimeters, which is good for most leatherwork needs. The second thing you're going to need obviously is a rule. Now don't use a plastic rule because we're using knives and knives will damage that very quickly. Go with a metal rule, ideally one with some sort of non-slip backing. You can get cork backed. This is a foam backed one. This is a special rule. It has one side for measuring and drawing and the other side is a flat edge for cutting, so you would run your knife along that edge there. So obviously cutting mat, a rule, and obviously something to cut with. Now I suggest you get two sort of knives. A heavy duty knife for cutting leather and a smaller craft knife, sort of X-Acto knife with a smaller blade. That's good for intricate curve cutting. So in terms of knives, that's probably all you're going to need in the short term. The next thing we're going to be recommending is that you get let's have a look, an awl. This is a scratch awl, which is basically a rod with a sharpened point. You use this a lot in leatherwork. It's used for drawing around patterns, for marking holes, for scratching surfaces, to roughen them, for applying glue. So it's quite a cheap item. You can get these Amazon, eBay. It doesn't have to be an expensive brand, but an essential tool for leatherwork. The next thing I'd recommend, it's not necessarily essential, but they're very useful. It's a set of wing dividers. Wing dividers allow you to set preset distances, which you can mark around the edge of leather to draw a line for stitching. It's also used for decorative line marking. Something you'll find very useful. Again, not an expensive item, doesn't need to be a good brand, but useful. Pardon me. Once we get into finishing the edges of leather, something that really is necessary is what's called an edge finisher. Now these come in different sizes, usually numbered 0, 1, 2 and so on. You can get away with just buying a number 1 for now, and what this does is this takes off the edge of a piece of leather. There's a bit of a scrap there. This, I'm sure you've seen me use this before, but we will be going through the use of all of these tools in future tutorials. Today is just about giving you an idea of what you need to get started. So a number 1 edge finishing, edge beveler, sometimes they're called. And something that is very cheap but also very important is a slicking tool, a burnishing tool. This is basically a piece of wood, usually beech, with various size grooves in it, and you use this for burnishing the edge of leather. You've seen me do that in previous videos. Very inexpensive. Again, Amazon, eBay, that sort of thing. It comes in 3 different types generally. I've only got 2 on my bench, but this is a round one, the most common one, and I recommend definitely getting one of those. The other one is a flat one, which can be useful for belts and things, straight pieces, which you want to do a long run. So again, they're so inexpensive, less than £1 often in this country, so definitely get those. When you come to stitching, which you do a lot of in leatherwork, obviously you're going to need needles and thread. So again, no need to go expensive. I recommend some basic leatherwork needles. You can get these on Amazon, eBay again. And very common, this is 1mm wax cotton thread, comes in a variety of colours on these convenient size rolls. Again, very cheap, doesn't need to be expensive thread. You can pay really over the odds for threads in the leather craft industry, but it's not necessary at this stage. Just get yourself some cheap 1mm wax cotton thread and some needles to go with it. And because leather is quite stiff, sometimes it's quite difficult to get the needle to go through with your hands, so I recommend getting a pair of pliers. This will help you to pull the needles through as you stitch. So if you can get a pair with a fairly flat surface, that's ideal. Don't go with the round ones. Try and find a pair with flat surfaces like these. This is an expensive brand, but it doesn't have to be. Whatever you can afford. Always buy the best you can afford of tools is the general rule. So another very useful but very important tool is a bone folder. This is just usually made of plastic these days, originally made of bone, hence the name, but this just allows you to push out creases, to open up pockets that have been glued. Highly useful, really necessary and really recommended. Again, very inexpensive. Now, and sticking with stitching for a while, you're going to need a set of stitching chisels. Now, stitching chisels are basically a little metal, flat piece of metal with prongs on the end of it, which allow you to puncture leather like so to create the holes to put your thread through. So again, you can get these on eBay, Amazon. A cheap set like this will do you perfectly well. You can go on to get more expensive sets of all different sizes, all different pitches, things like this, but these are expensive. You don't really need them at this stage in the game. So a simple basic set of stitching chisels. You can make your own case once you've developed some sewing skills, so that's pretty essential. And you need to make some holes regularly for snap fasteners, rivets, etc. So a basic hole punch. This one's seen better days. It's missing one of its punches, but it's used a lot and it's lasted a long time. So again, buy the best you can afford, but even a cheap one will do the job for now. This just allows you to punch holes into leather by putting rivets, snap fasteners, that sort of thing. So, talking about rivets and snap fasteners, I recommend getting some sort of kit. You can get these again on Amazon, eBay. The basic kits usually come with a plate and a few different size tools. This is a fairly comprehensive kit which I've developed over many years, but all you need is the tools for snap fasteners and rivets, which usually come as a kit, and they usually come with the correct size punch as well, so that's necessary. Like I say, over time you can add to these. I've got lots of specialist ones in here which you wouldn't need as a basic crafter, but you can develop this kit as you progress. We're nearly done. Another tool I recommend is a skiving knife. Again, we'll show you how to use this in more detail in a future video, but this basically is used to thin down leather on the back for belts and other applications where you need to fold leather and so on. It's got very sharp blades, to be careful with that, but again, very cheap, a few pounds. One thing you will need to use in conjunction with your punches and setting tools is a hammer. I recommend a dual head hammer. a hard nylon side and a less hard rubber side. Very versatile, that's what you need. One thing I forgot to mention, very handy to have, is some of this. It's this cutting board, kitchen cutting board. You use this to protect your mats, so when you're punching holes, hammering things, use this as a surface to work on. Nearly done. Back to stitching. When you finish stitching, you snip the ends of the thread, and the thread's made of a meltable material, so we use a lighter just to to melt the tips of those threads and then press them down so they won't become untangled. So some sort of lighter, not important, just as long as it works. Finally, some sandpaper. Use this to rub down the edges of leather before you burnish it. Like I say, that probably is the basics of what you need. So I'll move out a little bit so you can see more of that. So it's not a lot. Like I say, the general rule of thumb when it comes to buying tools, try and avoid the cheap rubbish you see as these big kits, 30, 40 piece kits for ridiculously low money. They're usually Chinese rubbish and they won't last you 5 minutes. So if you can afford it, buy the tools individually from a reputable source. But what we have here will get you started in leather work, and for now you shouldn't need anything more. We can add things like, for example, this is a stitching pony. You sit on this, hence the name pony, and it allows you to hold your piece of leather whilst you're stitching. So very useful. I think this was less than £20 in the UK, so again very affordable. You could also add something like this. This is an anvil. It's a heavy steel base for hammering, riveting, snap fasteners, that sort of thing, but not essential. But if you can afford one, get yourself one, certainly. Very useful. I made a little top for mine to make it more versatile. It's basically a piece of kitchen cutting board cut down with a little strip of wood around it to align it on top of. That's basically it. It may look a lot, but it's not a great deal in terms of money. So if you're interested in leatherwork, this is really the basics of what you're going to need. You can make do with less. It all depends on the sort of projects you're going to be making, obviously. But you'll see us use each of these tools repeatedly over the coming tutorials, and hopefully you'll gain an understanding and master how to use them yourself. So until next time, thanks for watching, and again, don't forget, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when our next video is released. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.